Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Good to see you. Good to be with you. I want to offer some food for thought, especially as you head into the rest of your week. One of the things that my team and I are really noticing is just how incredibly busy everybody is, and just it seems to be getting even worse. It seems to be getting even worse. I feel like every single day I get 911 calls from leaders saying, hey, I'm just surviving. I'm trying to make it through the day. Hey, I'm thinking about leaving. Hey, we've got to redo this thing because actually, if I'm honest, I was so overwhelmed when we had this meeting originally that I wasn't really present for it. And so therefore, we need to do some rework on this piece. And this is happening more and more and more. Now, ACI has made a stand. We've put our stake in the ground that we're committed to our clients to being a space for them to come to really do good work, to be fully present, and to create the kind of results that we know are possible when you slow people down enough to actually take a step back, get present, get into their bodies, and start to really be aware of the impact that their energy is bringing into a room and into their leadership team. We've really made a stand this year around, when you come to this work, here's the container we're going to set for you to do this, and here's why we're going to set this. And it occurred to me this morning that I think one of our up-level opportunities is to be even more explicit for people. So I want to be explicit right here, right now. And I want to have you just start thinking about the cost of not being present, the cost of working so hard that you're working 15, 18-hour days, the cost of not communicating, the cost of multitasking, the cost of cryptic messages and quick little things. And we're doing something on Slack here, and then here's a text here, and here's an email here. The cost is significant. And one of the things that provoked this for me is we had somebody say, oh, I'm really working on my IEP. I'm meditating every day. I meditate for 10 minutes a day. And so I'm really working on my IEP. So I'm really doing my IEP work. However, the person that shared this is also sending emails at 11 o'clock at night and then at 6 o'clock in the morning, and just really incredible intentions and wanting to get stuff done, but there is no space to actually get stuff done. There's no space to actually get stuff done from a state of exhaustion and from a state of not being present. What that means, let's just play this one through. You're exhausted and you're not present. So therefore, what's happening is you're in react mode all day long. Your people are coming to you and you're not fully present. So you're not actually able to be present, to absorb what's happening, to notice the energy, to notice how they're actually doing. And then if you're doing work, you're probably missing key points, key details, because you weren't actually present in the meeting, or you didn't read through the email entirely. And so therefore you're responding with missing information. I could go on and on and on. All of us, everyone, myself, like all of us, can think of examples where we missed something. I did it with my team this morning. I read through something really fast on Slack. I missed a really important point. I did a rework. That's on me. I'm the CEO of the company. So I'm just, again, as always, there's never a make wrong in this. This is just me standing on a humongous rock or a soapbox to say, I really want to invite you to slow down. And I know that it's so easy for people to think that they can't slow down because there's so much to do. And I totally get it. But the cost of not slowing down, the cost of running yourself into the ground with the overwork, the not being present, the reaction, like all that stuff, the cost of that is significant, not only to your well-being or to our well-being, to my well-being, to your team's well-being, but also to the product of the work, the product of the output. I want to invite you to start looking at how much time you spent in reaction, in redoing things, in rescheduling things. I want you to think about how much time you spend doing cleanup on aisle 9 with your team because you as a leader react to something and don't actually have all the information and aren't present enough to understand what's actually being said or what the nuance is, because you were moving so fast that you give direction and the team goes off in a different direction. And then there's all that ripple work. And then, just take your average salary of your team, take your average salary of your team, take 1 hour. Just imagine 1 hour a day that your team loses because you guys are reworking things, focusing on drama, reacting to energy in the company, getting feelings hurt, having unintended impact. Just take 1 hour. The cost of that is significant. And by the way, we've done this with companies, and we usually find that companies, when they self-report, they say they're wasting at least 3 hours a day on rework and drama, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, Grammarly did a assessment back in 2022, and they found that the average leader loses 7.47 hours a week due to poor communication, having to do things over, rework. That basically is what we're talking about here. This is the cost. This is what we're talking about. So my heart is in this work because I care immensely about human beings, and I care immensely about the future of work, and I care immensely about what we're creating for our future generations and our future leaders. And one of the things I'm noticing, and I just feel like it's going to break. I just feel like it's going to break, because one of the things I'm noticing is there are companies that are going faster and faster and faster, and they're losing connection with their impact, their energetic impact. They're kind of losing the plot a little bit, because they're moving so quickly. They can't stay in alignment with themselves. They're not staying in alignment with their team. They're not staying in alignment with the actual organization. And so therefore, the way that we talk about it in the trifecta is dead bodies are getting left everywhere, or they're burning out, or they're getting sick, or just not getting the results they want. So there's that divide where, some companies are going that way. And then there's other companies that we're seeing that are like, hold on a second, time out. We better take a step back and look at what we're creating, and who is it we want to be in the world, and how do we actually want to show up, and what do we need to change in the organization? What do we need to change in our mindset as a leadership team in order to be the kind of leaders that can create and say we want to create? Because I guarantee you, nothing good is coming out of burning out your leadership team, burning out yourself, burning out your workforce, having unintended impact left and right so that people don't really want to work with you anymore. Nothing good is coming from your partners and your clients not being present with them. Now you're making mistakes and you're having to do rework and whatnot. Like, nothing good is going to come of this. Like, nothing. So I'm a little bit fired up today because it's been a week where I've had the gift of just seeing this happen again and again and again. And by the way, I just want to say, it doesn't matter. This is situationless. This is industry agnostic. Like, it does not matter. It's even positions. It doesn't matter if you're a professional in the company, or you're a manager, you're a director, you're a senior leader, you're a VP, you're the C. It does not matter. Your C-suite. This is happening for a lot of people. So an invitation today, if you so choose, because again, I'm not attached to this either, but I just, from my heart to yours, an invitation today to look at what is the cost of moving so fast and not having any space in your day to actually think or be or take care of yourself, or to pause to consider the impact that your communication is going to have on another person, or to really make sure you're understanding what needs to happen so that you can contribute in a positive way to your team. They talk about burnouts, overwork, all these different things for burnout. I'm telling you, what I'm talking about here, this is the biggest cause of burnout. It's biggest causes of burnout in my mind are a lack of partnership with ourselves. We're just not present with ourselves. We're not partnering with ourselves. A lack of pausing, a lack of purpose, a lack of connection to people. And what we're talking about here, when we're not actually present enough, and so therefore we are running our teams in so many different directions, that's where burnout happens. It's the emotional toll, the emotional cost. Forget about the financial cost. The financial cost is huge. The emotional and mental cost, and the output and the quality cost is huge, and it's contagious. So, all right, thanks for being with me on my rant today. If this was useful to you, would love to hear what's useful to you. What will you do differently after thinking about this? I really want to know. And if you want to come join us, please come join us. Come join us in the initiative. Come join us for a forum. We got all sorts of stuff. But bottom line, whether you do anything with us or not, just take a beat, take a step back, and consider the cost. This is something we have got to start talking about, and not talking about anymore in a way of like, oh yeah, it's a problem, we should really fix that. I'm serious. Like, we got to do something with this, because it's not sustainable. All right. Do you guys think I care about this? All right. Have a beautiful day. Bye.